Come on, Magic!
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome all of our live viewers to round 6 of the National Premier League here at Darling Street Oval. Today's match is between Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic as the referees and both first grade sides line up now ready for kickoff again in round 6 of the NPL. A massive local derby here between Broadmeadow Magic and Olympic. It's going to be a fantastic match. Both sides probably a bit under form. Hamilton Olympic haven't won in their last 2. They sit 4th in the table still though. They've only lost the 1 game this season, while Broadmeadow Magic, 3-time premiers, are now in 7th spot with just the 1 win in the opening 4 games. Bit of a slow start for Broadmeadow Magic this year, but both sides again will certainly rise to the occasion as the referees make their way to the centre circle ready to kick this one off. So let's have a look at the way that both sides will line up today. For the home side, Olympic, as always, Brad Swancott in goals. We've got Tom Davies, Kyle Hodges, Greg Anderson, James Money, Jacob Bailey, as always, will hold the centre midfield. David Hodgson up front. Today we've got Matthew Swan, Cody Lucas, and also Pat Brown has also been handed a starting spot up front, and also Reese Cooper. Both coming in. Andrew Swan misses the game due to suspension. Olympic are also without Clayton Poole and Blake Green as well. So it's handed Pat Brown and Reese Cooper a starting position. Also watch out for Olympic today. We've got Mason Campbell coming back on the substitute bench for the first time this season. Local favourite. It'd be great to see him in action as well. For the visitors, Broadmeadow Magic, they've made quite a few changes to the side that lost against South Cardiff last week, with Chris Bowling in goals as Hodgson plays the ball out to the left to Pat Brown. Just to finish off that Magic lineup, you've got Peter Haynes there and Scott Pettit with Chris Berlin up the front, with Cassiaroli in the middle, with also Matthew Paul has been handed a start. He came off, excellent turn by Pat Brown, releases the ball through. Looks like Cooper there on the edge of the box, but a very solid challenge from Josh Pittington, who covered well on the edge of the 18-yard box. Nice bright start from Hamilton Olympic, who look to take the throw in now through Cody Lucas. Plays Cooper to his feet. Another good challenge there from Griffiths. Ball floated to the back stick, but no one's there as Hodgson will try and chase it down. You'll notice Luke Virgili on the ball now, again coming back from injury. He had a fantastic pre-season but was laid off due to injury. A fantastic ball down to Chris Berlin on the edge of the box. Greg Anderson very solid in the back for Hamilton Olympic as Swancott clears the ball out. Very promising from both sides early on, working down respective wings, and nice through balls there to release the strikers, but also nice challenges from both Pinnington for Magic and Anderson for Hamilton Olympic. Luke Virgili on the ball taking the throw in now. It's great to see him back on the field after another heavy injury pre-season. And speaking to the Broadmeadow Magic coach Chappie, he's also glad to see him back, and much needed experience in the Broadmeadow midfield as Pat Brown's on the ball down the left-hand side. He doesn't have much support, but he's done brilliantly well to get around Tippett. Surely, yes, Scott Pettit there just looked to be holding onto the arm there of Pat Brown. Probably a foul. Well, if it was a bit deeper in his half, it's probably one he had to make, but let's see what Broadmeadow Magic can do here from a deep free kick. Cody Lucas again from the left-hand side. You've got James Money, Jacob Bailey, and Matthew Swan and Hodgson in the 18-yard box. Let's see who we can pick out. A bit low and easily cleared by Broadmeadow Magic. Hodges on the ball now. He'll look to play it out wide to Cody Lucas. Find Jacob Bailey in the middle. Pat Brown there dispossessed. Advantage played for Bailey, who turns over the ball cheaply, and Broadmeadow Magic in possession again through Scott Pettit. Chris Berlin in space down the right-hand side. Pettit, fantastic opportunity. Swancott did fantastically well to come out. Rushed off his line to pressure Pettit on the ball. Didn't give him any space. Looked like Broadmeadow Magic opened up the first goal-scoring opportunity. Looks like the referee may have called a free kick on the goalkeeper, or it's triggered out for a goal kick, but let's hope that both players are all right. They look to have collided and fallen awkwardly, but a fantastic piece of play from Broadmeadow Magic with a turnover in possession in the midfield. Looks like Pettit's down hurt. Let's hope the injury isn't serious. He's missed a lot of football already in the pre-season. Played the full 90 minutes against South Cardiff last week and looked good and still returning to full form, but let's hope that he can get back up and shake off what looks to be his left knee there, again after an awkward fall with the goalkeeper. Once again, welcome our Bar TV viewers to Darling Street Oval for round 6 of the National Premier League. It's Matt Fox here with you today. Unfortunately, Silas Moss has been diagnosed with what rumours say is a bit of a man cold at the moment, but his man flu. Unfortunately, he's not too well, and which is unfortunate because Mossy's certainly one of the best in the business at calling the games. He's given me the quick rundown on how to do things, but it's the case when someone's missing you, I guess you realise just how hard their job is, and so I've been thrown in the deep end here today. And Mossy, mate, if you're out there watching and listening, I hope I can do you justice, big fella. As Brad Swancott comes out to take the goal kick, Scott Pettit looks to be walking pretty freely there. You'd think he should come on in a few minutes. As Olympic play the ball out the right-hand side to Hodjo, who's dispossessed, but he gets the ball back just a moment later. Looking to release Swan down the right-hand side again, Piddington doing well to anticipate the pass. He's looking good early. As Matthew Paul's released down the left-hand side in space, he looks up, looks for options. Fantastic defence to shut him down from Tom Davies there. Olympic back in possession through the middle. Didn't see Cassiarelli there, shutting him down. Cassiarelli against his former club since moving to Magic last year. It'll be a great matchup with him in the midfield, with Jacob Bailey as well. Two of the best centre halves in the game, or centre midfields I should say, and it'll be great to see those two fighting it out today. Big clearing ball from Swancott. Looks for Monin to go up. Cassiarella heads it down. As the ball's lobbed up, Anderson plenty of space. Swancott with time on the ball. The rain's just starting to fall a little bit here at Darling Street Oval. In our under-23s match, they had a bit of a hailstorm. The teams had to come off for a while there before it died down, but this is as bad as it should get. We should hope today, and hopefully it doesn't affect the game too much. As we saw in our round 1 fixture, they had to get called off at half-time. As Virgili tries to release Paul down the left-hand side, and looks like another Broadmeadow Magic throw. Virgili busy down the left-hand side early. Again, we see another ball popped up in the air. Cassiarelli does well to get it back on the deck. Both sides still fighting it out in that midfield. James Money on the ball now. Off to Jacob Bailey with plenty of space. 3 versus 3. Still finds Reece Cooper, but just pushed out a bit to the left-hand wing. Back to Cody Lucas. And over the byline for a Broadmeadow Magic throw. Reece Tippett there with the throw-in again. He returns to the starting lineup. Hasn't seen much football early on in the season. I think Broadmeadow have tried to shake things up a bit after their poor start to the season. They got their first win of the season on Wednesday night in the washout rescheduled fixture against Adamstown Rosebud, but before that, they've gone without a win in the competition, just 1 win in their first 4 games. But Broadmeadow Magic know if they get the 3 points here today, they could very well move into the top 5 and the top half of the table. So they'll be looking for a big 3 points away from home today. Tippett again on the ball. As both sides struggle out for possession. It's a great ball to Berlin. See if he can put Anderson under pressure, but it's good work from Anderson, who plays the ball back to Swancott. He'll clear the ball back to the halfway line. Virgili does well to block out Dave Hodgson there. As Alex Kanarowski there does well to cut out the ball, but Hamilton Olympic throw in, Hodgson on the ball. Plenty of time on the halfway line, looks for an ambitious ball. Bowling does well to come out to his 18-yard box and release Tippett. Tippett, who looks to be playing at right fullback today, even though he's typically known as a striker, showing his versatility here for the Broadmeadow Magic lineup. Well done from Cassiarelli there to dispossess Bailey. Bit of a rash challenge there from Tippett. We'll give Olympic a free kick on their halfway line. We're about 5 minutes in. Today's match, still the scores are 0-0 if you've just tuned in to today's match of the round between Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic. Always a massive local derby, always a great game to watch. Both sides struggling for a bit of form at the moment, but they'll be more than up for this one. A fantastic ball over the top, releases Virgili down the left-hand side. Can't quite time the cross in under pressure as Bailey plays the ball out to Pat Brown. He's going to have to do well to keep it in. With David Hodgson. Just couldn't control that ball as John Griffiths did well to win the ball back. A solid defender, John Griffiths, and does well to normally work down the flanks too and get those crosses in. As does Scott Pettit on the ball right now. Back to Reece Tippett. Reece Cooper there plays the ball out to the right-hand side with Davies. Up to Matthew Swan. Unfortunate ball there, he didn't want to do that. It was Scott Pettit trying to find Peter Haynes, but he gets another chance. He'll look up to find Chris Berlin down the right-hand side with a one-on-one opportunity. Plays it back to Alex Kenarowski, but Broadmeadow Magic with possession again with a throw into Pettit. Sorry, Reece Tippett, I should say. Brad Swancott lines up again to send the ball long. He's wearing the captain's armband. The ball's going in behind Matthew. Fantastic goalkeeping from Chris Bowling. Matthew Swan almost in behind the defence. Would have been a fantastic goal. Hamilton Olympic almost carving something out of nothing. Chris Bowling, though, for Broadmeadow Magic has been their standout so far in the season, providing a number of top-class saves to keep his side in the competition. As we move down the other ends with Chris Berlin on the ball down the left-hand side, but can't beat his defender. Tom Davies does well. Still will be a Magic throw-in with Virgili. As you can see already, plenty of big challenges going in, which is to be expected in today's match. Both sides won't want to give anything away, but Hamilton Olympic there got the benefit. And again, Bailey takes the short free kick out to Davies on his right-hand side. Turnover in possession. Alex Kenarowski releases Berlin down left-hand side. Again, Broadmeadow found themselves here on a couple of occasions so far, but again, just can't find the final ball into the middle. Virgili, though, does what he does best with a floating long free kick. That combination works well for him many a time before, finding Peter Haynes in the middle. Again, Hamilton Olympic have a free kick in their own half as the referee just looks to quieten things down, which is sure to be a passionate affair today. Again, Swancott look to send the ball long. Magic will look to handle this one a bit better than their last one that almost saw Matthew Swan beating Chris Bowling to the ball. Now 12 minutes in, the score's still 0-0 at Darling Street Oval. Davies looks for James Money up front, Piddington. Luke Virgili does excellent to win possession. An ambition ball to Scott Pettit. He's going to keep it in with space. Let's see what he can do with a one-on-one opportunity against his defender. Looks up. Looks for Haynes on the edge of the box. No, play on. Now Hamilton Olympic down the other end with Hodgson pressuring the back too, but Broadmeadow play well out from the back. Haynes again on the edge of the box, marked closely by Cole Hodges. Fantastic ball into Pettit. Off the right, upright. Still in play. A fantastic opportunity. 13 minutes in. Haynes and Pettit again working well on the edge of the area. Off the right. Here we go again with Haynes in behind. This time a nice save from Swancott. Entertaining stuff from Scott Pettit and Peter Haynes on the edge of the box, creating two chances in the space of a couple minutes. Hamilton Olympic fortunate to walk away without conceding as Magic in possession through Cassioli, who hands it away. Now Matthew Swan down the right-hand side. Now Hodgson looks to cut into the 18-yard box. Broadmeadow protesting, looked like Virgili did well to win the ball. He's not happy. He may have won himself a yellow card there for throwing the ball away, but they'll be disappointed with the decision there. It looked like a great challenge, but that's football, and Hamilton Olympic have an opportunity down the other end now after coming close to conceding the first goal. Cody Lucas looks to be taking the set pieces today and will step over the free kick on the right-hand side, trying to get around a two-man Broadmeadow Magic wall with Chris Berlin and Matthew Paul. Floats it in, Matthew Swan gets a header to it, just wide of the back post. Didn't trouble bowling, but still, that's twice now Matthew Swan has got in behind the defence there from a long ball. But Broadmeadow Magic escape, and now Chris Bowling sends it toward the halfway line. Matthew Swan heads it down to David Hodgson. Jacob Bailey releasing Matthew Swan down the right-hand side again, just a bit long. End-to-end stuff so far after 15 minutes. Broadmeadow Magic again probably opening up the best opportunity with the ball coming off the right upright with Scott Pettit. Olympic down the other end and look to be playing the long balls into the 18, and they've been getting on a couple of them, just haven't found the target as Bowling again takes the goal kick over the halfway line. Jacob Bailey and Chris Berlin go for it. Again, looks like another Hamilton Olympic free kick in their own half with Cassioli just too heavy there against Jacob Bailey. Other results earlier in matches in the National Premier League, Lambton Jaffers and Edgeworth Eagles played out a 0-0 draw at Arthur Eden Oval yesterday. As that free kick just goes a bit long, James Money unable to get on the end of it as Chris Bowling will take another goal kick. The other result, Lake Macquarie City and Newcastle Jets Youth played out a 2-2 draw, also at Macquarie Field, which was first versus last in the competition, and Lake Macquarie doing very well to get a 2-2 draw against the Jets there. And they also managed a draw against Edgeworth midweek as well, so good to see Lake Macquarie coming out with a few good performances as Luke Virgili gets possession again down the left-hand side. Looks to release Matthew Paul. Paul looked very lively last week against South Cardiff. He came on as a second half substitute, plays with a lot of energy, and it's good to see him getting a start today. I thought that might have been on the cards, and I think Glenn Chapman has looked to change things up, add a bit of energy there in the midfield. As the long ball goes up with Pinnington and Reece Tippett getting the head. James Money got a touch on to Pat Brown. Scott Pettit in possession down the right-hand side as Broadmeadow look to play the ball out again. They just look to slow the play down now. Just rushed the final ball a bit too much there. Probably looking for Chris Berlin, but it may have been the wrong option as Swancott sends the ball long. Looking for Dave Hodgson. Again, Luke Virgili having a fantastic start down the left-hand side after his return recently from a long injury layoff. Hamilton down the left-hand side. The ball is still in by the look of it. Pat Brown on the edge of the box. A heavy... No, referees played on. Looked like it was on the edge of the box. It could have definitely been a foul, but looks like the referees signalled for a corner with Cody Lucas, who will step over the ball again. Hamilton looking for the usual suspects in the 18-yard, but it looked like James Money. Oh, David Hodgson fell to him at the back post, a half volley just over the crossbar. A fantastic opportunity for Hamilton Olympic. 19 minutes in, both sides have had two pretty good chances here. Again, Money did well, although he didn't get on the initial ball. He shielded out for Dave Hodgson to be unmarked. It's down the other end, Peter Haynes against Kyle Hodges. Cassie Rowley on the ball, flicks it out. But Olympic back in possession through Pat Brown. John Griffiths with time on the ball. Pat Brown again does well to dispossess him. Cuts into the 18-yard box, cuts it across, but Pittington there to clear the ball out. Again, 20 minutes in, chances flying in. The referee's trying to calm things down now in what looks to be another heated derby. Plenty of exciting football, but again, Hamilton Olympic in a dangerous position, look to float the ball in. Again, Cody Lucas steps over the ball. Looks like a good delivery to the back post. David Hodgson again connecting with the second cross, just couldn't quite get it on target. Chris Bowling again will take a goal kick for Broadmeadow Magic. 20 minutes in, it's still 0-0 in round 6 of the NPL. For those just logging on to see our Bar TV coverage, Reece Tippett looks for Kanarowski in the middle under close pressure. Just played the ball too heavy, looking for Scott Pettit. It'll be a goal kick to Brad Swancott. In earlier fixtures today in the under-23s, Hamilton defeated Broadmeadow 3-0, while in the under-19s, it was also Hamilton who got the 3 points, winning 4-3. Currently though, we're still goalless, 0-0 after 20 minutes. Both sides have had good opportunities, none more so than Scott Pettit hitting the right upright as James Money flicks it on. Matthew Paul now, plenty of time in the middle of the park, looks up. Cassie Rowley now, look to play it back to Reece Tippett. Take time on the ball with Scott Pettit to his right. Chris Burling looking for it at the back post. Kanarowski now in the middle. We look to play it back to Pittington. Flicks it on to Virgili. Hodgson does well to get pressure and he's got possession. Plays it to Matthew Swan. But Virgili again. Fantastic opening 20 minutes for him. Plays a quick free kick. But James Money just offside. John Griffiths there and Reece Tippett doing well to push the offside trap to keep Money offside. Virgili down the left-hand side. Plays it back to Kanarowski, gets it back in the middle. Does well to play it out to Reece Tippett with plenty of space down the right-hand side. Again, just can't quite get that final ball that they're looking for, Broadmeadow Magic. Scott Pettit and Peter Haynes managed to do it early on and created two fantastic chances, but Broadmeadow again looked to be settling well in, playing the ball nicely around the back. As this should go through to Swancott. No, Pittington's there to clear the ball nice and high, away from the danger area. Kanarowski nice and strong against James Money. It's still bouncing around. Haynes does well to get there as Pettit is down the right-hand side. Holds it up well with Payne's back. Switches the ball to Matthew Paul if he can get there. Great defending from Tom Davies there from Olympic, who finds Hodgson up front. In possession, he looked to slow down the play. Pennington again does well to anticipate the final ball. Anderson again wins the high ball. Cassioli though, deep in the midfield through to Peter Haynes with space. Oh, unlucky again, looking for the combination with Scott Pettit down the right-hand side. That ball go out. Reece Tibbett will take the throw in for Broadmeadow Magic. Down to Scott Pettit. He doesn't have much support at the moment, but he turns his man, wins his side a free kick, and he'll probably step up to take the free kick right on the sideline. This could be the first dangerous opportunity that Broadmeadow has to send a cross in. They've had a few chances down the left-hand side, but haven't been able to find the final delivery. Scott Pettit, though, will step up to take the free kick from the right-hand side. 24 minutes in. The score's still 0-0 at Darling Street Oval. Fantastic delivery, and it's Berliner Peter Haynes, but it looked like Greg Anderson again, who rose to win that ball in his 18-yard box. The guy's a machine back there with a long ball. Luke Virgili now to take the throw in. Looks for Peter Haynes. Matthew Swan though wins it for Olympic, who has time if he can switch the ball through to Pat Brown to the left-hand side. But hands over possession to Matthew Paul. Back to Kanarowski. Across the Tibbett down the right. 1-2 with Pettit, but intercepted well by Pat Brown, but plays the ball over the sideline. Reece Tibbett will take the throw in for Broadmeadow Magic.
Can't be offside from a throw.
Looks like the referee has called. Looks like it could have been a foul throw. I think they've actually called for. Otherwise, it was a. Yeah, that's what it was. It's not often you see that today in football, but Hamilton Olympic now. But James Money hands over possession. Reece Tibbett will show him how to do it again. Through to Scott Pettit, who cuts inside. Plays the ball to Haynes. Haynes in possession. Pat Brown does well to pressure him with James Money. Well done, John Griffiths back out to Reece Tibbett, who beats his man. Another heavy ball though. The look of frustration on his face as he looks to release Scott Pettit down the right-hand side, but he did well to first beat his man. Brad Swancott now for the goal kick for Hamilton Olympic. I tell you what, if Mossy is there watching, you've got to talk a lot. I tell you, I'd rather be the guest commentator and be the technical expert. Might need a warm cup of tea and some honey in there at half time. And Swancott up to Matthew Swan, flicks it on. Maybe a Red Bull there to give me the energy to keep on talking. I was speaking to my friends via Skype this morning from Central America. They recommended I had a shot of tequila before I commentated, but maybe that's why they get a bit excited over there with the commentary. Peter Haynes wins a free kick. It's going to be taken quickly. Oh no, the referee pulls it back. That'll frustrate Broadmeadow Magic with Scott Pettit in space down the right-hand side. Plays it out to Luke Virgili down the left. Matthew Paul cuts back in. Cassioli. He'll keep it coming this way. No, he goes back. They're looking to get the ball out wide, but Pat Brown in possession down the left. He'll get another chance to win the ball back. Yep, oh.
Let's go get your water. We're in a can of Coke.
Bit of a shove match there. Looks like we're playing a bit of rugby union, but hey, both sides battling it out for possession, but the home crowd not too happy about the call, but it's Broadmeadow Magic with John Griffiths taking a deep free kick, looking for Matthew Paul, but again it's Davies who does excellent there at playing right fullback. Another free kick. There's just been a few free kicks lately, just slowing down the tempo. Both sides going in hard, which is good to see, but the referee again calling plenty of free kicks early. So we almost approach the half-hour mark here in round 6 between Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic. Swancott looks to deliver the ball with James Money flicking it on to Hodgson. He gets it again, he'll try and volley it. Well, he connected pretty well, was off balance. The ball was probably up near his hip. He did well to get up there and connect. Because I've just been delivered a bottle of water, can you believe it? Talk about service. I don't think they sell tequila here, but Tippett does well to flick the ball over. Hodgson, Pennington does well. Cassioli and Bailey again. Bailey wins out. The ball goes up again. Cole Hodges brings the ball down, flicks it over the top. Looked like it could have been handball against Hodges there. Yes, so a free kick to Broadmeadow Magic with Alex Kenarowski. Just looked to take his time, weigh up his options. He's got Virgili on the left-hand side, but Swan goes out to cut him out. But that's an ambitious ball. Davies will just shield that over the byline. Swancott again to send the ball long from another Hamilton goal kick. Jumping on his back a bit there, Griffiths, but not called. As Virgili gets possession down the left-hand side, looks to switch it to Pettit. Swancott called for it, but Tom Davies now looks to track back. Matthew Paul in possession though. The clearance wasn't good enough. He sends it in, but Greg Anderson sends it straight back out to him. Virgili again with a throw in for Broadmeadow Magic down the left-hand side. Haynes in the middle. Turns over possession though. James Money with plenty of space. He doesn't have too many options. Plays it out to Hodgson on his right-hand side. He's got Matthew Swan, but Pennington does well again to dispossess him. Almost releasing Berlin. Scott Pettit now on the right-hand side if he can win the ball. Just watches the ball out for a Broadmeadow corner. In other matches, looks like Adamstown has taken a 1-goal lead against Western Workers with a goal to Abe Wheelhouse. But here at Darling Street Oval, it's still Hamilton 0, Broadmeadow 0, but the visitors will look to change that. Looks like Matthew Paul down there, who will send the ball in with his left foot. Looks like a great ball. Punched away by Swancott. Hodgson on the edge of the box, played out to Matthew Swan. He looks up with Lucas and Hodgson in front. Plays it through. Lucas stays on side. Hamilton with possession on the right-hand side. There's not much support, but he's done well to win himself a corner there, with Broadmeadow doing well to get numbers behind the ball, but a corner down one end, now down the other, as Hamilton Olympic look to break the deadlock 31 minutes in. Looks like Pat Brown going over to take the corner. Again with his left foot, he sends it in, looks like a great ball. James Money leaps at the back post. Fantastic, Hamilton Olympic take a 1-goal lead. Although it looks like Jacob Bailey might have been in there celebrating as well. Number 8, Jacob Bailey looks to be confirmed as the goal scorer there, with Hamilton Olympic piling up at the back post. Fantastic header. For those watching at home, headed it down into the grounds, bottom corner, into the back of the net. 32 minutes in, Hamilton Olympic take a 1-goal lead. Just as Broadmeadow had a corner down the other end, a counter-attack. And again, Hamilton Olympic looked dangerous from the long ball. That'll shake things up now at Darling Street Oval. Even now you can tell the intensity's picked up with Hodgson in possession down left-hand side. Got Pat Brown to his left. He looks up, cuts the ball back. Unlucky not to find Hodgson again. James Money there at the back post looking for the ball, as Matthew Paul now in possession for Broadmeadow down the left-hand side. That goal put the visitors under pressure, who have been struggling so far this season in defence. Hamilton again in possession with David Hodgson in the middle, looking for options. Plays it out to Pat Brown. Good challenge from Reece Tippett, but it will remain a Hamilton throw-in. Cody Lucas looking for James Money on the edge of the box, cuts it back to Reece Cooper. Jacob Bailey there looking up to score his second goal, but a fantastic challenge there in the middle. Looked like Cassiaroli, yep, those two again going head to head in the centre of midfield. But again, a Pat Brown corner. We'll hear 2 minutes ago when Hamilton Olympic opened the scoring. As Brown walks over, you've got Jacob Bailey there again at the back post, Hodgson at the front, James Money making his way to the back post as well, with Matthew Swan, who also can head home a ball. Let's see if he can send home another good delivery as he sends it in. Loops it high, a bit long. Chris Berlin does well to head the ball. Oh, rash challenge though. The referee, will he keep his card in his pocket? Berlin protesting, but looked like he connected with his ankles there before the ball. But again, Hamilton Olympic have an opportunity to send another delivery in with Cody Lucas over the ball on the right-hand side this time. The front post, Griffiths does well to head it away. Only as far as Cooper, who plays it out to Hodgson. He'll look it back to play to Davies. Sends the ball in, but Griffiths is there to head the ball out. Hamilton Olympic now, the goal seems to have provided them with a spark they needed at home. Another challenge from Chris Berlin, and yeah, second challenge in quick succession. I think the referees just told him enough is enough. We'll look to calm him down as he gets the first booking of the game, 35 minutes in. Lucas over the ball. Piddington did well there to head the ball after it got over Griffiths, with Pettit and Lucas fighting for possession on the left-hand side. Back to Reece Tippett, who plays it long for Berlin. Kanarowski with the ball down the right-hand side. He does well, but hands over possession. Swancott clears the ball to halfway over Kanarowski. Kanarowski comes back to win the ball though. James Money, Matthew Swan, Hamilton Olympic in space, just couldn't quite release Cooper. Now a counter-attack down the other end. Kanarowski hands over possession cheaply though, just can't find the right ball to Scott Pettit, and Hamilton Olympic are released right down the other end. End-to-end football here at Darling Street Oval. Magic hand over possession cheaply on the edge of their box, and there was a penalty claim there with James Money going down inside the box. He looks to be hurt as well as the referee waves play on. He's still down at the back post. Plenty happening here at Darling Street. The ref will just go over to see. Probably send over the trainer, depending on how Money gets up. Well, a penalty claim for Hamilton Olympic. We're in the 37-minute mark now. Not long till half time. It's the last thing Broadmeadow Magic would need is conceding another penalty, as they did against South Cardiff last week after 42 minutes. It was hard to tell exactly from here. The referee could have called it, otherwise it looked like Money may have just lost his footing as well. So a bit of a 50-50 call there, but again it remains a Broadmeadow throw-in and 1-0 to Hamilton Olympic. Just an update from that game between Adamstown and Western. It's now 1-1 with Robbie Turnbull equalising in the 25th minute. cancelling Abe Wilhouse's goal. That's out at Rockwell Automation Park there at Western, between Adamstown and Western Workers. Here though, we've got 7 minutes till half time. As we take a look at the home crowd, they're a bit quiet at the moment with the break in play, but I'm sure we'll hear them liven up. Always a great fixture between Broadmeadow and Hamilton, local rivals. It allows the Broadmeadow fans to come out and the home fans to come here as well, and I'm sure in the second half we'll see it liven up. In the thick of the action here, Hodgson just loses possession with Piddington off the edge of his boot. He certainly wasn't looking for that ball, but Hamilton Olympic now with Lucas with a throw in. Pettit does well to any side of throw in. Plays it down to Peter Haynes, who chests the ball down under pressure from Hodges, who wins possession across to Hodgson. Matthew Swan looks up, not much happening, cuts it back to Reece Cooper. Lines it up, just deflects back out though, but Hamilton Olympic retain possession with Bailey on the ball. Back to Swan. Hodges does well to play the ball out to Davies on the right hand side. Olympic looking comfortable on the ball at the moment with Hodgson cutting in. It'd be a free kick. Matthew Paul just clipping him on his way through. 5 minutes left here at Darling Street Oval. Hamilton Olympic leading 1-0 at the moment. They certainly look like the side that's on top at the moment. They'll try and send in another long ball, which is how they open the scoring from a Pat Brown corner with Jacob Bailey heading home. Looks like Tom Davies stepping over the ball now. Sends in a high floated ball. Bowling will be under it. Looks like a free kick there with just too much pressure from Money there. Chris Bowling has been kept relatively quiet despite conceding the first goal. As Hodges heads the ball now out to Pat Brown on the left-hand side. Beats Tippett. Uses his pace to cut down. Griffiths just looks to jockey him. Sends the ball at the back post. Virgili does well, headed out. Money again with a volley. Can't quite connect, but certainly had an open look there. It was a difficult chance with the ball looping high. Now Chris Berlin in possession, plays the ball back to Matthew Paul, who cuts inside. Broadmeadow Magic lose possession now. Hodgson, another free kick, just a heavy challenge there from Alex Kanarowski, shown the yellow card. That's 2 now in the last 5 minutes for Broadmeadow. Just a few rash challenges. That may affect things in the second half with some substitutions, but it looks like Kanarowski and Berlin on a yellow. Another free kick to the home side. Just over the halfway line. Greg Anderson steps over the ball. He may look to float it long or just play Davies there to his right, but looks for Bailey again, well punched out from Bowling. Matthew Swan on the edge of the box plays it back to Davies. Out to Money on the right hand side, so he can look up for a crossing opportunity. Takes his time though. Cuts it back out to Davies. Another great challenge from Piddington, releases Broadmeadow in possession. Paul on the ball now down the left hand side. Bailey does well to dispossess. Berlin plays it over the top, but just a bit too long for Hodgson. 42 minutes gone. I don't know if Kyle Hodges meant that, but Olympic is still in possession. Pat Brown will come out under pressure from Cassiarelli. Didn't see Reece Tippett there. Cassiarelli in possession, plays it across to Kanarowski, back to Tippett. Fantastic one-touch football. Pettit down the right. Let's see what he can do now. Looks to send in the cross. Easily handled though by Bailey, but he certainly didn't mean that. Tippett sends it to the back post. Berlin over to Matthew Paul now. In the final minutes of the half, cuts the ball back in, sends it across the goal. There wasn't anyone there. Looked like Lucas, who got a shoulder on it in the end. As Hodjo and Griffiths battle for the ball. There we go. Now it's all happening. Oh, a bit of push and shove. look to calm things down just 2 minutes before the half-time break. Reece Tippett, David Hodgson. This is what local derbies are made for. There's a mixture of red and blue on the field, but also in the crowd too, with Magic fans making the short trip across from Broadmeadow. Kanarowski sends the ball back out with Haynes in possession. Pat Brown on the ball to Matthew Swan. Paul sends it to Haynes. Just can't quite find Berlin. They'll look to retain possession through Kanarowski. Swan doing excellent control through his legs. Out to Hodjo, plays the ball back to him again. Now Berlin looking for the free kick, but nothing going. Olympic with a throw in through Davies on the right hand side. Pennington does well to come out. Looks like it came off Bailey's hands as Broadmeadow played out to Tippett. In the final minute of regulation, let's see if Broadmeadow can create a chance. Apart from that first shot that hit the post in the opening 15 minutes, they haven't been able to create much down that end, with Hamilton Olympic looking the better of the two sides. It's been a fairly even contest, but the amount of corners and free kicks that Hamilton have had and the ball's going into the area, with another free kick going to the home side, deep within their own half. 10 seconds remaining. We'll most likely have a couple minutes of time added on, with a few injuries there, a few stoppages in play and a few yellow cards as well. We could have about 3 minutes added, as looks like Lucas will step over the ball for Olympic again. Looks for Hodgson. Looked like it was off Griffiths. Did well with close marking, but it's another Hamilton Olympic corner. Lucas will step over to the corner to take it. Now looks like Pat Brown is there. No, it is Lucas. They've gone to their usual man on the right-hand side. Another chance for Hamilton Olympic to double their lead just before half-time. That would be disaster for the visitors. Lucas sends it in. Well clear from Broadmeadow Magic. Anderson on the ball. Flicks it back up. Let's see what Lucas can do, bring the ball down. But Bowling picks it up. Nice and easy. Look to send it long. Missed time clearance, but still Haynes in possession. There you go, just the 1 minute time added on. But that ends the first half in today's match of the round in round 6 of the National Premier League. Hamilton Olympic lead Broadmeadow Magic 1-0 at Darling Street Oval. It's been an entertaining opening 45 minutes of football. Thank you for watching the coverage on Bar TV. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes' time for the start of the second half.
Am I only doing 2 copies?
You all good to go here?
We're back again for the start of the second half here at Darling Street Oval in round 6 of the NPL, our match of the round between Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic. The score at half time sees the home side, Hamilton, leading 1-0. Doesn't look like any changes have been made at the half-time break, but they'll be sure to come in the second half with both Berlin and Tippett, I think. Now, it could have been Kanarowski actually on a yellow, as we see the subs there, Houle and Fletcher coming off for Broadmeadow. We might see them later on in the second half, but for now, it's Peter Haynes and Chris Berlin there on the halfway line, looking to get things underway in the second half. Broadmeadow Magic will look to respond, a goal down, just one win this season. In drastic need for points, plays the ball out to Paul on the right-hand side. Does well to keep it in. A fantastic ball. Oh, a great challenge. Kyle Hodges looked like denying Berlin. An electric start to the first half with Haynes sending the ball out to Paul. Haynes again on the edge of the box. An ambitious effort goes over the bar, but again, Broadmeadow signal their intent early. They're looking for an early goal, I think, here in the second half to level things up. Already just 30 seconds in. Broadmeadow doing well down the left-hand side through Paul and back again through their captain wearing the armbands, Peter Haynes. Swancott looks to drive the ball long. Up to Moni. Flicks it on. Tippett does well, but only as far as Swan. Kanarowski plays it out to Virgili. Virgili up to Paul, back to him again. Hodjo into Cooper. Across the Pat Brown. Unlucky there. Looked like he was trying to release Hodjo there on the edge of the box. Gets possession again though. Back out to Haynes on the halfway line. Hodgson does well, plays it back to Davies. Time on the ball. Looks up. Plays it to Swan. 1-2, gets it back in the middle. Over to Pat Brown. Back out to the left. Lucas. Back out to Brown. Marked closely by Tippett. Did well to not only win the challenge, but win his side the throw-in, which Tippett will walk back over to take. Another Broadmeadow throw in with Hodges there marking Peter Haynes. Moni plays it across to Swan. Swan looks up. Davies back to Bailey, back out to Swan, looks up, will send the ball in. Just can't time his cross with Pennington, sending another high ball. Swan plays it all the way back to his keeper. Olympic looks to regroup. Swancott sends it long. Bailey there, and Cassiarelli does well. Kanarowski on the ball. Luke Virgili down the left-hand side. Not many options there. He's got to do something quick. Plays it to Paul, back inside. Bailey. Pettit now on the right-hand side, plenty of time on the ball. Back to Tippett, looks up, plays Pettit down the right. Nice ball in the middle, Peter Haynes chasing it down. Oh, he gets something on it, but just not enough time on the ball. Sends it past the back post, but a promising sign from Broadmeadow Magic now just 4 minutes in. Already, Haynes has had a couple opportunities. He's certainly the target man they'll be looking to go to, but Scott Pettit doing well with the cross down the right-hand side. could have found the equaliser. That certainly would have made things more interesting, but Broadmeadow Magic have come out with lots of energy in the second half as Haynes gets up again. But Moni in possession. Luke Virgili now with the throw in. Looks for Haynes. Brings the ball down. Yeah, that'll be a foul on Anderson, just playing him too close attention. Cassiaroli looked to play it out to Pettit. Again, let's see what he can do now. Tippett making an overlapping run. Cuts inside. Just his touch was too heavy. Pat Brown, it looks like, in possession on the counter. He's going to play the ball over the top. Hodjo was offside, but Cooper could have come through, but bowling again. Showing his experience, coming out to act as a sweeper. Paul plays the ball over the top for Virgili. Looks to keep the ball in, but just can't quite get the control there. A frantic start to the start of the second half. Broadmeadow looking to add pressure, but Hamilton Olympic now in possession. With Davies with a throw in, and he's deep in his own half. Just a push in the back there, looked like Kanarowski on Hodgson. Won the free kick, but nah, the referee won't let him play it quick. He's out of position. I'll get that ball off the field, and Davies sets up a free kick deep in his own half. Looks to play it long. David Hodgson's up there with Pennington. Looked like it came off Swan there for another Broadmeadow throw in. Virgili over the ball. Looks to throw it in. Peter Haynes on his inside, and Matthew Paul down the line. Haynes brings the ball down. Swan muscles him off the ball, looks up, plays it back to Hodgson. James Moni on the edge of the box. What will he do here? Plays it back out to Hodgson. Not a bad ball there. Oh, it's a penalty. A push in the back there from Tippett. He kept his arms down, but it looked like he just used his hips and his shoulder to push him off the ball. He protests, but it looks like he did just a bit too much. Put the striker off balance, and Hamilton Olympic have an opportunity to double their lead 6 minutes into the second half. That's not the start Broadmeadow wanted after conceding a penalty last week as well against South Cardiff, already a goal down. David Hodgson will step up. Hodjo's been in great form from the spot. He's scored 2 penalties in 2 separate games this season, although he missed one in round 1. Let's see what he can do now as he steps up. Blast the ball into the bottom corner. Nothing the bowling could do about that. Hamilton Olympic take a 2-0 lead at Darling Street Oval, just 7 minutes into the start of the second half. Well, that's not what Broadmeadow wanted. They came out playing with lots of energy, attacking, but now they see themselves 2 goals down, away from home. As they play the ball out the right-hand side, you think they've got to come out even stronger now, but again, that's going to lift the home side as Moni's in possession in midfield. Another free kick going Hamilton's way. Looked like Kanarowski making the foul. Well, it's all and sends it over. Looks like another Hamilton Olympic corner. Looks like Pat Brown going over there to send it in with his left foot again. As he steps up, ball to the front post. Haynes does well to put it up. Back out to Cooper, but Matt Paul uses his pace. Anderson did well to intercept the pass. Now Davies. A collision there between 2 Olympic players. Swancott comes out. Yeah, good goalkeeping. Great communication between Hodges and Swancott. Swancott almost losing his footing there. Oh, he does well to to patch up the bit of grass like he's on a golf course there. It's good to see the home players looking after their pitch here at Darling Street. Need a bucket of sand out there as well to fill in the ditches. The field's holding up relatively well there with earlier rain today. As now Moni's on the ball, flicks it back in. Cooper looks on the edge of the box. Can't quite find Brown as Pennington. Yeah, great communication from Swancott again, who just calls for the ball to come back to his own 18, takes his time, winds down the clock. As we reach the 10-minute mark now in the second half, Hamilton Olympic 2 lead Broadmeadow Magic 0. Virgily does well to get up there, only as far as Davies. Burley now plays it out to Pettit, who's got space on the right-hand side. Up one-on-one against Lucas. Will he look to beat his man? Cuts back in, left foot. Well intercepted now. Hamilton Olympic through Hodgson, I should say. Now Moni. Did he beat the offside trap? It's Reece Cooper though, who beats his man. Hodgson on his right, a slip from bowling. Fantastic save, but only as far as David Hodgson, and can you believe it? Hamilton Olympic go 3-0 up. Hodjo with his second goal in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Things are going from bad to worse for Broadmeadow Magic here, the visitors at Darling Street Oval. Hamilton Olympic take a 3-goal lead. Well, they beat the offside trap there. It looked like, I think it was Hodgson there, who may have been offside, but still he could have beaten the offside trap. But Reece Cooper doing fantastically well. A slip from bowling, parried the ball out, and Hodjo sending the ball home into an empty net as Broadmeadow look to make a change. Looks like Higgins coming on for Reece Tippett. Looks like they're going to go to 3 at the back. They've got to throw everything at it now. 3 goals down to Cassioli. Kandarovski plays it out to Pettit. Broadmeadow's going to need Pettit to do something. And Peter Haynes, they're 2 playmakers to get him back in the game as Haynes drops a bit deeper to get the ball at his feet. Paul on the right-hand side. Nothing going. He's forced to play the back. Back to Griffiths. Across to Higgins. He's going to look for Virgili. As Davies will look to shield the ball out over the byline. Yeah, and that's a Hamilton Olympic goal kick. Plenty of goals here, but unfortunately for the visitors, they've all come to the home side. Hamilton Olympic leading 3-0. Swancott send the ball long from a goal kick. Who's looking, looks like David Hodgson there, up against Kandarovski. Flicks it on off Virgili. Swan plays it up to Moni. Gets the ball back again, down the right-hand side against Higgins, the second half substitute. Going to play the ball back to Moni. No, looks to beat his man. But for a goal kick, Higgins doing well there to pressure Swan off the ball. Bowling hurries up. Broadmeadow Magic know they need to do something. 3 goals down. They really need to respond quickly. As Bowling plays it out to Pennington. Back out to Griffiths on the right-hand side. He'll look up. Got Virgili in space down the left-hand side. Looking for the ball, but it's still Higgins. Plays it back out to Griffiths. Looks for Burley making a promising run. Just can't quite get control. And Swancott again doing fantastically well. Again, using his experience, slows down the clock. Sends the ball long. Looks like Hodgson is under the ball against Higgins. Drops straight down to them both. Bailey sends it up to the sky. Yeah, Moni just pulled up for a push in the back there against Pennington. As Higgins will step over the ball. Chris Bowling. Bowling again making a great save for the one-on-one opportunity from Reece Cooper, but just as Peter Haynes comes on the edge of the box. Yes, that'll be a free kick. Shouldered off the ball. This is the opportunity that Broadmeadow need. Scott Pettit may step over the ball. You've got Matthew Paul there too, Chris Berlin as well. All free kick specialists. Looks like Berlin is going to line up the ball. This would certainly give them the boost they need. Now 15 minutes into the second half. They need a goal, and a goal soon. Looks like a 4-man wall for Hamilton Olympic. Berlin can't beat the wall and cleared away. Broadmeadow Magic still in possession though with a throw in on the right hand side. Berlin looking for someone to take it, but Kanarowski it will be. Out to Cassiaroli, back to Piddington. Pettit now with space down the right hand side. Gets the ball in, Peter Haynes going for it. Oh, a fantastic goal from, looked like Cassiaroli. Driven the ball from 22 yards out into the bottom corner. That's exactly what the visitors needed. 3 goals to 1. That'll certainly spice things up now at Darling Street in the match of the rounds. Just when you thought the home side taking a 3-goal lead, looking comfortable. Broadmeadow's still 2 goals behind, but ex-Hamilton Olympic player returning to his former club to score against them, Daniel Castiaroli. He's done that many times for Olympic, but this time did it for the team in the red jerseys, Broadmeadow. There was nothing that Brad Swancott could do as he watched the ball go into the back of the ends. Plays it back to Pat Brown, cuts it across. Kanarowski's there to intercept. Over to Pettit. To Cassiaroli, the goal scorer. Cassiaroli again in possession, plays it out to Luke Vigili. Haynes back to Pennington. Looks for Vigili. Moni does well to cut it out. Greg Anderson. Play on. Heavy challenge. Moni doing well to get back and defend for his side. Hamilton Olympic getting plays behind the ball. Broadmeadow though in possession. A goal here would certainly add some more excitement. Cassiaroli out to Griffiths. Sends the ball deep into the 18. Peter Haynes is there. Swancott did well. Plucked the ball out at the back post. Promising signs. Broadmeadow Magic coming out after the break. Looking a different side. Certainly that Cassiaroli goal giving them a load of confidence. Anderson drives the ball. Again, all the action seems to be happening right in front of our camera here. It's the hot spot. It's fantastic. Got a close view again. Both passionate sides. 18 minutes in to the second half. A throw in for Pennington. Play it back to Bowling. Looks up, plays it out to Griffiths. He's got time down the right hand side. Out to Pettit. Back into Kanarowski, dispossessed. But they've done well to get it back again. Higgins. This time passed. Swancott again will look to use up all the time he has. Hainsey giving him a bit of a love tap there. Good mates off and on the park. Swancott sends it long. Moni under there. Looked like it came off Moni. Yeah, it'll be a Broadmeadow throw in. Sends it long. Matt Paul. Broadmeadow again with a throw in. Vigili. It's got Haynes back to him. 1-2. Cuts inside. Oh, there's a darn step over. Davey sends it long. Higgins under pressure. Only as far as Moni, but Broadmeadow again with a throw in. Pennington goes long, looking for Paul. They've won themselves a free kick here. Matt Paul again looking promising down the left-hand side. Anderson there just judged with giving him a bit of a shoulder. Pettit will step over the ball. Now it looks like Broadmeadow Magic putting all the pressure on the home side. Still 2 goals down. Let's see what he can do now. Berlin, Haynes, Cassiaroli and Higgins there in the 18-yard box. Good ball. Straight over the top. Nobody connected. Now it's 3 versus 2 at the back. The counter-attack going the other way. Pat Brown goes himself, gets past the defence. Now on the edge of the box. Davies at the back post. Well cut out by Matt Paul there, trekking back. Hamilton Olympic defending a free kick down the other end, have won themselves a corner. Counter-attacking football. Looks like Lucas, who will go over to take the corner for Hamilton Olympic. Looks like a good ball. Bowling's under it, punches it at the back post. Looks like it's going to trickle over for another corner. It'll be Pat Brown this time to walk over and take it with his left foot. Now 20 minutes in to the second half. 65 minutes of football gone. Hamilton 3 leading Broadmeadow 1. Plenty of goals in the match of the round here at Darling Street Oval. As Brown lines up, sends in the cross. Headed away by Pennington at the front post. Now Paul does well to chest the ball down. Back out to Brown on the right-hand side. Just holds up the ball. He's got 2 to beat, not much help. A very physical challenge. Cassiaroli sees the yellow card for his troubles. Another free kick conceded deep inside their own half. Another opportunity for Hamilton to send in the cross. Pat Brown again, just metres away from where the initial corner was taken. Lines up. Delivery comes in, back post. Money's there, unmarked. Bowling punched it down. Money had more the time he needed there. Unmarked at the back post, but the angle was just too tight. Bowling did well to tap it down, but again, another Hamilton Olympic corner. Adding more pressure onto the visitors here. The score still 3-1. 20 minutes into the second half. Lucas this time, right foot delivery. Looks to be a good one. Pat Brown on the edge of the 18. Vigili into Paul. Looks up. Plays it out to Berlin. Anderson doing well. Play it back to Swancott. Look to send it long. Hodgson there going for it against Piddington. Gets up well. Does well to play it back to Lucas. Up to Matt Swan. Turns his man. Kanarowski already on a yellow card. That'll be his second. Broadmeadow Magic down to 10 men. Alex Kanarowski shown his second yellow card of the match. Walking down the tunnel. Broadmeadow Magic down 3-1. Now down to 10 men away from home. 25 minutes gone in the second half. That's not what they needed, but Hamilton Olympic adding plenty of pressure here in the last 5 minutes. More action here in the match of the round, the local derby between Olympic and Magic. Anderson steps in, sends the ball at the back post. Could be a bit long. Over Brown, who'll keep it in against Griffiths there. Looked to play for the corner. Didn't quite get it, as Lucas now gets the ball on the left. Hamilton now with a man advantage. Throwing now to Olympic on the left-hand side. Hodgson on the ball. Brown gets in behind the defence, looks up. Against Higgins. Hodgson. Looked like Mason Campbell has also come on as a substitute for Hamilton Olympic, making his first appearance of the season. Cassiaroli looks to switch. Back in the middle, Bailey retreats. Yeah, the referee's called it. Maybe just a bit high there on the opposition player's back, but Chris Berlin certainly got the ball. He'll consider himself a bit hard done by there, but it was a ball he had to go for. A ball he won, but the referee's called it up. No, it looks like it's actually a free kick gone Broadmeadow's way. With Matt Paul stepping over the ball with Pettit. 25 minutes gone. Still, the scoreline is 3-1. Let's see what Broadmeadow can do here. This will certainly put some energy back in the tank. If the ball can find the back of the net after going down to 10 men. Looks like Paul, who will step up. Drives it in. Was a low, hard delivery. Probably he was looking for the flick on at the front post, but just not quite there as Swancott sends it up to Davies. Back in the middle, Cooper. Brown against Pettit. Brown wins out. Down in the 18-yard box now. He's looking to the corner. Broadmeadow don't want another foul. But again, he was looking for the corner, but couldn't play it into the legs of his man as a crisp bowling goal kick. Plays it out to Scott Pettit. Bart Lucas now with all the time. Cuts it across to Campbell. Looks for Hodgson. Over the top. 2 versus 1. Referee's pulled it up. Bowling now in possession. Looks like a bit of movement on the substitute bench for Broadmeadow Magic with Huck and Khan Lee due to come on. Haynes flicks it on. Virgili down the left-hand side. Got to have a quick time. Ball at the back post. Pettit. Oh, just across goal. Past the back post. That was the chance the visitors needed. Down 3-1. That certainly would have made things interesting. No one was home in the middle to send it into the back of the net, and it just missed the back post. Great opportunity. Looks like Matt Paul now will come off for Huck and Khan Lee for Broadmeadow Magic. Great performance from Paul again. The former under-23s player here for Magic, who spent some years with Glenn Chapman at Adamstown, now returning to the first grade lineup. Flick on from Hodgson. Back in the Bailey in the middle, Cassiaroli does well to turn his man, plays it back to Higgins. Again, Swancott looking for any ball that comes through. Swan turning his man there, now down the right-hand side. Virgili treks back. Pennington there making the strong challenge to clear the ball. It'll be a Hamilton Olympic throw-in. Virgili trying to speed things up by giving them back the ball. Davies, however, he's on this side that has a 2-goal lead, just walks calmly up there all the time he likes. Plays it over to Hodgson. Back out to Davies, sends the ball in. Who's there? Pat Brown with time. Just couldn't quite bring the ball down. Against Pettit now. Griffiths coming across to make the strong challenge. Lucas now will take the throw in for Olympic. Good challenge there as Higgins clears the ball, but with Broadmeadow a man down, they've just got the lone striker up there at the moment. Hamilton Olympic regain possession. Cooper plays it through to Swan, cut it across goal. Campbell, time to line things up, drills it. Fantastic save from bowling. It's still around and about there. Khan Lee though, clears the ball. That certainly would have sealed the 3 points for Hamilton Olympic. Now Davies down the other end, clears the ball. Good defending from Broadmeadow Magic, lucky to hold on. Carnley back out to Cassiaroli. The back heel back to him, to Haynes. Gives away possession. Carnley does well to get the ball back. Advantage? No, he pulls up the free kick. Hakan Carnley does well. Obviously showing us his fantastic football skills there to win his side a free kick. Just ticking over the 30-minute mark now in the second half. Broadmeadow Magic still chasing their second goal. Pettit to step over the free kick with a two-man wall with Campbell and Davies there, being instructed by their goalkeeper. Pettit sends the delivery in. Fantastic cross. Greg Anderson, though, who else to clear the ball out as a counter-track now with Brown down the other end. 1-2 now. It's 3 versus 2. Just Piddington and Pettit. Tom Davies back there. Well done, Pettit. Carnley. Now Hodgson in possession for Olympic. Dribbles towards the back three. Plays it out to Davies. He looks up, back to Hodgson. Can he keep it in? No, the offside flag is up. Just couldn't quite beat the offside trap there. Again, Broadmeadow Magic looking to take things as fast as they can. It's obviously the danger when you're a man down and goals down. You're obviously chasing. Obviously, some hustle off the ball there, I think. Oh, he threw the ball away. Maybe as Hodgson receives a yellow card off the play. It's always going to be the danger now for the final 15 minutes is the counter-attack from Hamilton Olympic. Broadmeadow Magic obviously have to attack. Scott Pettit, though, doing well there to get back and help out his side in defence as Hakan Carnley. He's on the ball, plays it back out to Piddington. Out wide to Vigilic, flicks it over to Carnley again. Campbell did well, though. It'll be a Broadmeadow Magic throw-in. Looks like a change here for the home side. Hamilton Olympic again, just looking to wind down the clock. Leading 3-1. The home cloud collapses, it looks like. Pat Brown comes off. Number 18, Alex Zarepis comes on for Hamilton Olympic. The throw-in comes in, Anderson heads it out. Back out to Hodgson, who probably look to clear the ball long. Higgins with time on the ball. Back out to Vigili. Cuts in to Piddington. Carnley there as well. Higgins will look to bring the ball down. Hodgson, though, wins the ball. He'll look to hold it up down his right-hand side, is Swan. Down his left is Zarepis. Just couldn't quite get the final ball. Griffiths does well, but it'll be a Hamilton Olympic throw-in. Into Hodgson. To Cooper in that edge of the area. He had time for the shot. Mason Campbell was also calling for it, but he probably had time to shoot there. Looking for the back post, but just hit the ball low as Anderson again wins the ball. Broadmeadow Magic throw in, but another change. Looks like Matt Hill will come on for the goal scorer, Cassiaroli. Haynes in possession, looks to flick the ball around. Davies might be called for the free kick there against Davies, who's had a pretty solid game there at right back. Very solid in the air. And the Olympic defence has done pretty well to limit the Broadmeadow Magic chances. Just Cassiaroli, who had to score from 22 yards out to beat the goalkeeper. Swancott sends the ball long. Piddington there to head it back. Vigili up. Hodgson, though, wins the ball. Davies again wins it. They'll bring the ball down. Heavy challenge.
Where's the car now, huh?
The rain coming down again as the fans flock to the grandstand. Pettit sends in a long free kick. That's a good delivery. Who's in there? Wow, dangerous ball. Really just needed someone to get something on the end of it. Swancott, though, watched it to go past his goal line. Mate, I'm getting the service today. First a bottle of water, now an umbrella. Living the dream. 35 minutes gone here at Darling Street Oval. Still 3-1. 10 minutes left. They say that a 2-goal lead is the worst kind in football, but I tell you what, a two-goal lead is still better than none at all. The home side also have the man advantage. Swan now in the middle. Griffiths does well. Back out to Matt Hoole. Looks for Vigili. Does well. Fantastic ball. Cuts the ball back across. But Hodges is there to clear the ball out. Hoole in possession again. Back to Piddington. Looks to play long to Haynes. Anderson does well with Swan. Campbell in possession.
It's getting excited.
The crowd's nice and vocal now. 10 minutes left, as you would be with plenty of goals, plenty of free kicks. As the rain sets in now with just 10 minutes remaining here at Darling Street Oval. Campbell over the ball with a free kick on his halfway line. Looks for Serapis. Griffiths, though, in possession for Olympic. Up to Scott Pettit. Back heel.
Alliance Investment Strategies provides premium financial solutions to your box.
Hodgson in 18-yard box. Just the goalkeeper to beat, but just can't quite get the power with his left foot. Sends the ball down. Greg Anderson, only as far as Haynes. Plays it out to Pettit. 1-on-1 now with Lucas. Cuts the ball back, but no one there for Broadmeadow Magic. Handed over possession lightly. Haynes in possession now. Oh, good challenge. Looked like Cooper trekking back. Bowling now out to Piddington. Time on the ball. Handed over possession cheaply. They were mistaken their own half. Will give Hamilton Olympic a chance. And the throw in. Again, they'll take their time to get over there. Lucas now on the ball. Jacob Bailey. Back to Hodges. He's got Anderson behind him. It goes forward. Carnley in possession now. Plays a nice ball to Hoole on the inside. Up to Pettit. But hands it over possession. Swan now in the middle. Numbers going forward for Hamilton Olympic. Hodgson 1-on-1 with Piddington now on the right-hand side. Cuts it back in. Shouldered off the ball. Oh, another chance for a penalty. It looked almost a mirror image of the first. But the referee waved it off. One penalty is enough, he says. As Higgins now on the ball. Playing it out, but just behind Vigili. Davies being told by the referee to hurry things up. Plays it to Swan, flicks it over. Higgins is there though. Carnley down to Hoole. They've both looked good since coming on in the second half. Heavy challenges again. But Hoole wins out. Can't quite find Pettit on the right hand side. Olympic now in possession with Serapis. Both sides just can't quite string together the 4 or 5 passes they need. Haynes now on the ball. Plays it back to Piddington. Haynes in possession now. Looks to do his trademark back heel. Anderson clears the ball up to Higgins. Hodgson does well, wins his side a free kick. Deep inside. On the halfway line now. As more exchanges on the halfway line. But Hamilton Olympic with the free kick. Mason Campbell over the ball. Looks like Anderson, though, will step up. Again, taking their time, just 5 minutes left here. 3 goals to 1. Anderson sends it long. Hodgson at the back post, flicks it across goal. Another opportunity for Hamilton Olympic. Alex Serepis there couldn't quite get his header on target, but it's Hodgson down the left-hand side again. Cuts it across to Serepis. Well done, Higgins. Only as far as Lucas across the Bailey. Now Campbell up to Swan. That's nice football from Olympic. Davies back down to Swan. Again, will he just look to waste time in the corner? Looks like it against Hoole and Piddington. Greg Anderson again for Hamilton Olympic across to Bailey. Plays it out to Hodgson. Olympic moving forward now. Can they get another goal and make the scoreline even more emphatic at the moment? 3 goals to 1. For those who have just tuned in recently, again, Olympic lead 3-1 with just a 1-goal lead at half-time. We saw a penalty against Broadmeadow Magic and also a red card later on, sending them down to 10 men as Hamilton plays it up to Cooper on the edge of the box. Can't beat Piddington, who's had a very solid game back there. Across the Swan, good challenge from Khan Lee. Plays it out to Matt Hoole. Matt Swan, though, wins possession. He's had a fantastic game, takes the shot himself. A tight angle, though, he was probably looking for the 6-yard box cross, but just couldn't quite time it. It's been a great game here today. I think things have probably just gone the way of Hamilton Olympic. Their defence has been very solid. Broadmeadow haven't had too many chances. Just the 1 strike from Cassiarelli outside the 18. Now with only 3 minutes left in the game, you've got to think that that'll be it. Sparing a miracle from Broadmeadow and a goal very, very soon. Plays it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Bowling. Sends it long. Up to Haynes. Flicks it on, but looking for Vigili. Anderson does well again. Anderson and Hodges building a formidable partnership back there in the centre of defence with Swancott behind them, proving too hard to beat. Had it on the edge of the box. Sends it. Vigili at the back post. He gets something on it, still in play. Haynes. Gone over the byline for a goal kick, promising from Broadmeadow Magic, but just not enough to find the elusive goal. Swancott again to take a goal kick for Hamilton Olympic. Sends it long, Hodgson's there. Higgins wins out, flicks over the top. Anderson just looks to clear it, knowing we're in the final 2 minutes of play. Khan Lee back to Griffiths. Olympic there doing well to win the free kick. That'll wind down the clock again. Could have been Serepis there on the left-hand side. Griffiths now heads the ball down. Pettit, clever back heel to Khan Lee. Look up, not much time on the ball. Across to Matt Hoole. Matthew Swan again having a fantastic game there in midfield. Out to Pettit. Again, a great challenge from Hodges. As we draw into the final minute of play, Hamilton Olympic look to record their 3rd win of the season, going along with 2 draws and the loss so far. Still just the one loss this season against Western, 3-2. Seeing how other results go, that could move Hamilton up to third position with Newcastle Jets and Edgeworth first and second, with look like Pettit there getting himself a yellow card in the final minute of play. Back to the drawing board for Broadmeadow Magic. Again, midweek they got their first win of the season in the washout fixture against Adamstown. But this will be their third loss of the season out of 5 matches, and last year's premiers and grand final winners having a difficult start to the season. As more controversy off the ball, looks like Griffiths that time, pushing and shoving with David Hodgson, gets a yellow card. Plenty going on. Just a couple minutes left. Conversation still continuing there as Hamilton Olympic throwing back to Hodges. They'll just go all the way back to Anderson to Swancott, who sends the ball back out wide. Serepis on the ball, cuts it into Hodgson, just can't quite get there. Matt Hurley's done well since coming on in the middle. Plays it out to Vigili. Can he keep the ball in? It's going to go just long with Davies there, pressuring him off the ball as well. Davies again will take his time before taking the throw in. We're in stoppage time here at Darling Street Oval in the match of the round. Hamilton Olympic 3-1 up, and the final seconds look to have confirmed the 3 points and an impressive home win. Carnley to take the throw in. Back to Hoole. Back to Carnley. Does well, beat his man. Referee's pulled up the free kick. Matthew Swan there, just taking out his ankle. Hill steps up. This would be a consolation for the visitors. Slips as he takes it though. Cleared by Hamilton Olympic. Pettit runs out to try and keep the ball in play. No, settles for the throw in, looks up, not many options. Back to Griffiths. He'll look to send the ball long into the 18-yard box. Berlin's up there. Higgins too, but Swancott takes his time. He'll use up the full 6 seconds and then some if he can. Sends it out wide to Swan. Hillo does well to win the ball, keeps it in. Good ball. Can't quite find Haynes or Berlin though. Davies on the ball. Sends it long. Hodgson flicks the ball forward. And that's the full-time whistle. The crowd goes wild. Hamilton Olympic, the home side, run out 3-1 winners against Broadmeadow Magic in our match of the round here, the local derby. An entertaining game. We saw Hodgson score from the penalty spot. Kandarovsky received his second yellow card shortly after the half-time break, leaving the visitors to play a man down, conceding a goal from the spot as well, which they won't be too happy about. Back to the drawing board for them, but Hamilton Olympic will be pleased. Again, they've been winless in their last 2 matches. They gain the 3 points. So next week, Hamilton Olympic are away to Edgeworth Eagles, while Broadmeadow Magic are at home and will host Charlestown City Blues, where they're in desperate need of the 3 points. Thanks to all our viewers who tuned in to Bar TV to watch our match of the rounds. The local derby, it's a game you don't want to miss each year between Hamilton Olympic and Broadmeadow Magic. This one certainly lived up to the hype. Plenty of action. Again, Olympic 3-1 winners. We'll see you guys next week, and thanks again for tuning in to Bar TV.